Hey, hello again, everybody. Hey, if you remember, I recently rebuilt this car from that auction lot. And before, I also rebuilt this car from that auction lot. And really, these cars, I bought the auction lot for the two engines. I think there's like, what, there's like 8 engines in there. And they all run, except for the one. So really, these are basically, in my opinion, just free. But I had this car in there too, another inexpensive car. It's not painted, it's molded in blue, but you know, I like the fact it's D&H. And I didn't really look at it closely until recently, and it says glass car. And I looked up online, and sure enough, D&H had this car in this number, and it carried crushed recycled glass out of Oneonta. And oddly enough, the only place I've ever seen a pile of recycled glass wasn't Oneonta, but it wasn't near the tracks, it was near the county building they have. But anyways, so I thought, you know what? Once again, I want to upgrade this, so we're going to... These trucks are kind of tight. I actually have another pair of these, and they're called... I'll take these off. They call these TYCO. And this one's broken, so he doesn't have that little plastic edge. So we're going to chuck these. And I actually have a slightly nicer set. So once again, we're not going to body mount the couplers on this one. We're going to use Katie's TYCO truck adapter. And what that is this tiny little T. And this T, once you get the coupler in here, I know it's a little dark, I apologize. You put this in, and you can see it's like a T shape right here. Or I shape, should I say. That snaps in, and that's a quick and inexpensive way to convert your car over to Katie couplers from the horn hook. And I thought about doing body mount on this. I don't currently have a pair of trucks to do that. Well, I could have converted these over. But you know what? With this series I've done, I just want to show you guys a quick and easy way to just take this inexpensive run-of-the-mill car and just quickly upgrade it. And it makes it usable. I know it's probably more realistic to have it body mounted couplers, but look at this. It's opened. It actually comes that way. So I have to actually build the body and build it down and paint it all up. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to take the shortcut and show you guys the fast, easy way of doing this. So first off, let's start working on the trucks and get those prepared to put back on. All right, so as before, we're going to use this Micromark truck tuner. I don't know if I said truck tuner or truer last video, but it's tuner, like you tune a radio. And this does cost $22.95 a Micromark, and I know you're thinking, gee, that's expensive for a tiny tool. But you know what? If you do a lot of converting old stock to update it, this is well worth the money. Just so, you know, because one thing with your rolling stock, you want free rolling wheels, and you want couplers that are the correct height and center on a car. That alone will save you a lot of headaches when you start, you know, having trains going around the track. Plus, having wheels that spin very nicely helps the engine pull more cars. So there you go. Now, the only thing with this tool is they put this rubber piece on here to give you grip. And with these TYCO trucks, it's very hard to get, you know, because it's bulky. It makes it the tool wider to fit in here and spin with this, with the coupler blocks. So I do take these off. And actually, I should write to Micromark and tell them it'd be nice if they would, instead of this rubber grip, if they would knurl this tool. You know, put a diamond cut in there so it has grip. Because then, as you can see, with it off, you can fit it in the truck a lot easier. So there we go. And we give it spin, spin, spin. And I don't think we're getting, you know what? These trucks have a pretty good pocket for new wheels. So you know what? Just for fun, let's put in the new set of wheels and see how well it spins. I'm going to have to... Oh, that spins nicely. I'm not going to have to use this tool after all on this set of trucks. Which is nice. It'll make the conversion Yeah, it spins nice, even faster. Let's just check this truck, see if this one's... I may have trued these in the past and don't remember. Yeah. All right. Well, you get the idea anyways. But I love that tool. I use it so much. Oops. Helps if I did this right, wouldn't it? Come on, snap in there. There we go. Yep. All right. Let's start putting on the couplers then. All right. So to put in the, I'm using 148. That's kind of like the new Katie standard, you know, kind of replaces the old number 5, which had a brass spring. Now these have the built-in whisker springs, which does make life easier. Now as you can see in here, there's a little peg that the old coupler, that was the access point. So what we're going to do is you kind of slide in. Oh, you know what? I forgot a step. I think, yep. We need to clear out the, is that focusing? This box. There's a little tab here and here on the side, and the coupler will not swing. See, there's a tab right there and a tab right there. We got to trim that out. So let me grab a knife real quick. All right, so we just take our hobby knife, and what you want to do is just go in there and trim from the top, trim from the bottom. And I don't know if all you can see that, but it eliminates that little tab there. So you can see that one just right here. This way you just get a little bit more movement on your coupler, which is helpful for around, you know, curves and stuff. Just don't cut your finger. Go down that way, go down this way, and you clear it out. Now, let's make sure it's clear. We can insert our coupler. All right, panned out a little bit so you can see better, hopefully. And hope my lights aren't dying. So what we want to do is we want to get the hole of the coupler over this little peg. So we do, so you sit here and you push this down. Hopefully I can do it. Yeah, there we go. And you can see, whoops, the coupler is centered. Oh, I think I pushed it down too far. The spring's getting stuck. The little whiskers. Where are you? Sorry if this is kind of looking odd. Okay, so you want that right there. Keep it centered. And you'll see on these a little T adapter or I adapters. Katie sells these in a pack, or some couplers do come with it. As you can see, the top piece is a little thicker than the bottom, the cross piece. So I put the cross piece towards the front, like this. But you want to insert it sideways. And hopefully I can do this with the camera on. And then you twist, whoops, it forward. And snap. You hear it snap in place? And there we go. And what that's doing, that's catching, you hear that snap? It's kind of like a little split on the bottom of that post, and it catches the teeny peg. And that's when you hear that snap. That keeps everything in place. So then we just take our car. Well, these are much nicer. And put this one in. And there you have the car converted to a Katie couplers. And then, of course, I'll check the height on these, make sure they're correct. Hopefully they are, because I don't feel like changing them out, because they are a pain to get those T pieces off. All right, next we're going to work on the glass load. All right, to make the recycled glass load, what I'm going to try anyways, will this work? I don't know. This is the clear cover on a iPad case that fell apart. So I always keep clear plastic like this. You get them in like your shirt collars and sometimes your cuffs. When you get new shirts, all that clear plastic. I save all that stuff because you use it for windows. But what I'm going to do is, let's see, you can kind of see right here. The dimensions of the inside of the hopper is 1 1/4 inch wide by 4 1/8 inches long. So I'll cut that out. And I have this window covering, for like your bathroom, so it lets light in, but nobody can see into the bathroom window. To give you privacy, you can see it right here. It kind of has self-stick. I'm going to cut that out the same dimension, put that over the plastic, and then try this Rust-Oleum glitter spray paint and see if that gives a feel of depth. I don't know if you can see the sparkles in the cap. I guess, the cap kind of gives you an idea what it's going to look like. But the whole idea is I want to give like a depth feel to the load. So will this work? I don't know. But let me start cutting stuff out and we'll give it a go. All right, so I got the plastic sheet cut to the dimensions I want. And I kept testing it and just trimming it with these nice Fiskars scissors. So then we'll take the translucent window cover. Let me just pan out a little bit. We'll peel this off the backing. Okay, in theory, we'll peel it off the backing. This never goes right when you're... Okay, here we go. So it does have a pattern to it, but hopefully when we spray coats of the glitter spray paint, it'll kind of disguise that. Hopefully. All right, so now let's just line this up. And all right. Hopefully this stuff sticks now to put in more glue. Just try to make sure there's no air bubbles. And then we just use the old scissors here. And let's start putting some coats of the glitter spray paint. See what we get. Okay, well, I've had this glitter for a few years, the spray, and I could not get it to spray out. I tried every little trick in the book, and I got some glops to come out. And, oops, I had tape to the board to keep it in place. I was outside spraying. So you can see, what little I got to go on there. Had I been able to do layers, that might have worked. But like I said, I can't get this stuff to come out. I tried different cap and blowing air and all other stuff. Anyways, so I went to Michael's and found this glitter paint. And here's what it actually looks like. I think this actually will look better, actually more like glass. And it's thick. So that might actually work in our favor here. Get a little closer. And I mean, this stuff you can't even shake it. I mean, it's just like thick. So, oops. Let's put some of this on. Ew. Let's get a brush and smooth out a little bit. Looks like glue. I hope it dries like translucent. Let me grab a brush. See what I have here. Let's try this wide brush. Ew. Might need a few layers of this stuff. I don't know. Like I said, I hope it dries clear. Probably pick it up like this. Actually, it kind of dries wavy like this. It might actually look more convincing than just a flat look. All right, so there we go. Let's pan it a little closer. I'll, play with it a little bit more just to get it nice and smooth, but if that dries clear with that bluish tinge, we may have a winner here. So let me check back with you when I get it all smoothed out and dries. Okay, so this is what it looks dried. This paint, I don't know if I told you it was Dazzling Teal by TYCO Art from Michael's, but it also smells like Elmer's glue. It's thick as glue, so I don't know if it's like a glue or whatever, but it's called paint. Anyways, so this is what it looks like dried, and it's kind of spotty looking, but you know what? Once it's in the car, I think that's going to really look like maybe a little wave to it or a little dip. When I squeeze it in the car, it's going to look like a pile of glass. So I'm kind of impressed with this stuff. And I don't know if I mentioned, but I did not want to use glue and loose glitter. I know some guys have done that. But if you worked with glitter, the next day that stuff is on your clothes still, on your body, in your lunch. That glitter gets everywhere. So I like having it in a suspended in this paint / glue, whatever you want to call it, because I don't have glitter all over my workbench. All right. Next step, let's finish this car. Okay, so let's take our car and insert our glass load. So it's pretty much on there, centered. Oops. Let's just put it in so far. How does it look on this side? I'm going to have to push it down just a little bit. But all right, there's the glass load. I'll have to play around a little bit, adjusting it side to side. But you get the idea. So we just turned an inexpensive car basically free, put metal wheels on it, Katy couplers. We took the inexpensive way and just converted the trucks, and it made a glass load. So now we have a little fun car to run on our tracks. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed seeing another car update or upgrade. And as always, where you see trains, you just might see me. Oh, you know what? Please subscribe. I want to hit 500 before January 1st. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. All right. Take care.